Hey guys, what's up? Tactixhd here, or Lucas bringing you guys another episode of the Road to the Stanley Cup with myself and Tactixhd. We're going into the Season 3 off-season, so we'll see how this goes. And first off, I want to apologize if my voice sounds pretty bad. I am super duper sick with a bad cold, so I do apologize. I just need to get this video out, but let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're going into the draft here. I think we only have a first round pick, and it's probably a later pick. Probably around 28, so we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll try to move some things around, but let's see. Alright, so just looking at the roster very quickly, I can tell that Daniel Sedin did indeed retire, and Austin Matthews actually dropped back down to an 85. He was an 87 at the end of the playoffs, so that kind of is a bummer. But everything else is looking good, and I think Roberto Luongo retired as well, if I'm correct. And he did. So we're going to have to get a new first line left wing and a new backup goalie. Alright, quickly looking at the first 5 picks here. We have an elite center, an elite defenseman, a top 4 defenseman, and an elite center, and a top 9. Ooh, that was a bad pick by the Islanders. Let's move to our pick, though. Alright, just looking at some picks before us. No huge steals or anything. So maybe we have the chance to get a steal here. Let's see who's available at 28th overall. We will go by projected first. Alright, I mean, Eddie, we don't need a goalie. Glebov, Tubert, I mean, Datsuk, that's intriguing, don't get me wrong. But this Ukrainian Glebov, 18 years old, 6'1", 192, or what is this guy? Yeah, you know what, we'll go for Glebov, why not? Let's see how he is. Top 9 forward, low, that's not a great pick. Alright, moving on to our next pick, 3rd round, 14th overall. And let's see what we can get here. We'll go projected. And probably just do whoever's the highest up here. Albertson, Roberts. You know what? Let's get the 2-way defenseman. Why not? And 7th defenseman. All right. All right. 4th round pick. Doesn't really matter at this point because most of the time these are all AHL players. So we'll just go with the highest projected and move along now. Let's go with Corson. He sounds like a good player to me. Top 6 forward, alright. Alright, 5th round pick here. Again, just going to go with whoever. It doesn't really matter at this point. Projected. Switch over. Come on. There we go. Many Guns. That sounds good to me. Good name there. Top 6 forward, not too shabby. Alright, 6th round pick here. 178th overall. Let's just go by potential in this one. Change things up a little bit. And let's go with Sopel. Top 6 AHL forward. That's A-okay with me. That's actually a decent pick. Who do we want? We want Bobrovsky. You're on the case, buddy. There we go. AHL top 2. That's not off. And the draft is now complete. Not too big of a draft for us. Glebov could be a potential trading piece, but other than that, nothing too special. All right, so quickly looking at our cap space, we have $22 million in cap space to re-sign some players. Let's see who we're going to need to re-sign here. All right, so it looks like no one too big. Did Joe Thornton retire as well? Oh, goodness gracious, man. All right, so we just got to re-sign William Nylander and Offseason. So our center core last year was Bergeron, Thornton, Kokhlichev, and Spooner. I'll likely put Matthews in the middle, and I'll use Nylander in the middle as well. So we got to get those 2 guys re-signed. Obviously, we lost Sedin, so we're going to have to end up signing Frank Vatrano, who is a restricted free agent, and we'll also have to sign some right wings. Oh, boy. Why did they retire, man? God damn. John Moore as well. But that's nothing too serious. So we should have a good amount of cap space going in this offseason. Alright, so we're going to be offering William Nylander 5 years at $3 million each. Hopefully he takes that. I mean, worst case scenario, we will qualify him and we'll get some picks for him. But I don't see why he wouldn't accept that. And I'm going to let Offseason go because we have Kokhlichev. So we should be good on centers. And moving on to left wingers, we're going to give Frank Vatrano an offer. For 4 years, he wants... For 4 years, he wants 1.7. We'll try to give him 1.5 for 4 and see if he takes that. I think that's a pretty fair deal for Frankie. And we'll move on to the right wingers. Depending on how much Lupul wants, he barely wants anything. So we'll give him the league minimum. Let's see if he takes the league minimum for a year. And hopefully he does. And then, do we want Brett Connolly? We want Jimmy Hayes. His morale's down for whatever reason, but we will re-sign Jimmy Hayes. We'll do 4 years at 1 mil. See if he takes that. And then we'll move on to John Moore here. Let's see how much he wants. He's starting to want quite a bit. So what was everyone else on? 3 years at 4. Let's see if we can get John Moore on that as well. 3 years at 4. If he takes that, perfect. If not, we may have to give him a little bit more. Let's see if he takes this. Alright, so Jimmy Hayes has rejected. John Moore's accepted. William Nylander's accepted. And Joffrey Lupul's rejected. Frank Vatrano's accepted as well. So let's go get those 2 guys signed really quick here. Alright, Ryan Spooner accepted our offer. Jimmy Hayes rejected. And he's ready to leave. That kind of blows, but we got Joffrey Lupul and we got Anton Blid, who's also just a low-end prospect for us. Alright, guys, so welcome to free agency. We're the top free agents are Mark-Edward Vlasic, Kyle Turris, Brian Little, Chris Kreider, Alexander Steen, Paul Stastny, Michael Ferland. So there's some pretty decent options out there. Let's see what goalies are available as well, because we do need a backup goalie still. And not many goalie options that are over 85. So let's see what we got here. Alright, the first offer we're going to make is to Alexander Steen, who wants $4 million for 1 year, so we'll definitely give that to him. We'll give him 4.2 actually for 1 year. Hopefully he does take that. He had a 50-point season last season, so hopefully he can recreate that. Even though he's a low overall, still a decent deal. And we're also going to offer Chris Kreider a deal here for 5 years at 5.5. I feel like he'll take this no problem. He's only 27 years old, 85 overall, and had a pretty 60-point season last season, so we'll offer him that contract as well. Alright, so Alexander Steen has accepted our offer. Welcome to the team, Alexander. Welcome to the team, Chris Kreider, as well. So we got our 2 top free agents. Let's go see if we can get anyone else. Alright, guys, we're also going to offer a contract to Paul Stastny for 4 years at 1.7. Just center depth, obviously. He had a 40-point season last season, so it's not too shabby. Can be a decent third-line center for us. Alright, so Paul Stastny, actually, well, he's 87 overall. What the hell? Why did he just boost up to 87 overall? He rejected our offer. I really wish I offered him more now. God damn. Alright, guys, we're going to do kind of a risk and reward type of trade here. We're going to offer up our first-round pick in 2024 for Dylan Larkin, who's currently an 80 overall, and his morale is super low. So let's see if we can get him for somewhat cheap, and hopefully he gets boosted up. And it's worth a shot. Alright, as you guys can see, Dylan Larkin is not indeed an 80 overall. He's an 85 overall, so we got a pretty good deal out of that one. Alright, guys, we're going to try and solve our backup goalie issue now. We're going to try to get Craig Anderson for 2 third-round picks. Let's see if they take it. They do. That's pretty good. Alright, guys, so going into Season 4, this is what our team is looking like, and my gosh, is it looking nice. We have the first line of Alexander Steen, Prestige Bergeron, and Kyle Okposo. So keep that first line together and just replacing Steen, or putting in Steen to replace Sedin. And we're keeping the Marchand, Matthews, and Nylander line together as well. And now we got the new and improved Chris Kreider, Seth Griffith, and Dylan Larkin line. That's going to be one fast line, and it should be pretty decent as well. We got Joffrey Lupul, Koklichev, and Vatrano rounding out the fourth. And we are proud to announce we got Brandon Carlo up to an 82, so he will be starting this year in the NHL. We got him paired with Seth Jones, and then we got Torrey Krug, John Moore, Connor Carrick, and Damon Severson. It's looking very good, and of course, we have Tuukka in net, and a 92 overall, still at 31, so he may be dropping soon, but we still have him for now, and we got Craig Anderson backing him up. Oh boy, am I excited now. We do have some decent players scratched, as I'll show you here. We have Sorella, who has a bunch of trade value, so we may end up dealing him, and we also have Dan Ham, who's 83 overall, and has some contract on him still, so we may end up having to trade those guys, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down below. Let me know what trades I should make with those scratch players, and yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye!